Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started here with our celebrity tarot card reading. We're going to find out all about Scott Disick in just a minute. But first, hit subscribe, share, like, and follow. Do all of the things you need to do, and we're going to get going. My name is Jordan, and again, I am Hangman Tarot. We're going to find out about Scott Disick, but we're not going to do this in a way that lacks compassion, but it won't be boring either. I want to find out about the mental health and the physical health of Scott Disick. Is this health? Is this illness? Is this I partied too much? Or is this a Kardashian curse? Is that a thing? Is that where we're at here in our life? Is that what we got going on here? Okay, so I want to do his reading. Let's get into his horoscope. He was born May 26, 1983 in New York. He's very much air. He's very much Gemini, very much Sagittarius as far as moon sign. His birth path is 7. Scott Disick has been in the news and just people kind of wondering what's going on. So let's find out what's going on and put this to bed, put it to rest. Current mental health, okay? Current mental health. As far as health, I would have to say that there is definitely some sort of choice here that has to be made or hasn't been made. I'm not quite sure yet, okay, with this Two of Cups in reverse. So there's definitely some sort of a direction that has been made or hasn't been made. Again, I'm not quite sure at this particular moment, but I do feel like whatever this is, maybe it was a choice that was made. That's weird. Okay, so mental health wise, I just feel like there's a choice to be repressive here. I feel like there's a choice that he's kind of making or picking this direction to kind of be in this place where he's just completely in Delulu land, okay? And that doesn't mean anything as far as like coming back out of it. I just feel like he's chosen to not be receptive to anything as far as love, chances, bonds, having relationships, being in, you know, some sort of a spiritual connection, anything like that. He's definitely making a choice currently. And this is putting him in a place where this direction has really caused him to be blocked creatively and just kind of blocking him emotionally, really. And that's just emotionally and overall what his mental health is kind of conveying to me. Just putting him in a place where he's just not quite in reality. He's just kind of in a maybe a little bit of a fantasy land, okay? And any emotion that really clouds that judgment for me, definitely with this Chariot in reverse, is the fact that there is no reflection here. There is no intention to kind of assess and to make sure that he's okay. He's not checking in on things. He's not making sure that he's okay. And when you're not reflecting, you're not assessing, you're not taking the time to check in with oneself, things can run amok. Things can, the intention is to be in a place where, you're just like living, you're doing things, but you're just, coming back and reflecting on yourself every once in a while, checking in on yourself and just doing some self-love things. But there is no empathy for himself here. There is very much a lack of, especially within his mental health. He's just in a place where he's just not ready for connection, sacred or human connection. Maybe you're just like, this is just not the time or the place. So I feel like, again, the emotion that really gets into the way that he has a vision of things or the things that he perceives or clouds his judgment even is the fact that he does not reflect on anything. And then it's just like not even about any good intentions or putting power behind anything. It's just nothing there for that. As far as like anything that could really add to his clarity is just getting out of this place and just stop. He needs to just stop choosing to not see things clearly. I feel like he puts himself in these places where he's choosing to be, not clear on what it is that he wants in his life. He has made choices to be, have this ability. He has all these abilities to work hard. He has all these abilities and interests that he has. And he really dedicates himself and he puts a lot of detail into all of the things that he does, communication, when he's speaking, when he's, writing things out, when he's working, when he's adding to the collective. Basically, he's just in a place where he has chosen to not see those things right now. So he is in balance because that's what he's choosing. So to add to the clarity of the imbalance mental health wise would be to not pretend like things are not going on around you. So I feel like if things were balanced and fair, I think that you would be able to see those things and work on those things. And again, if he's not reflecting on things, he's not in a place of being able to communicate with himself even, or to add clarity by, you know, balancing things out. I feel like he's not able to kind of get outside of himself. He's usually very visionary, very much into his ideas, and he's very much into, again, that communication stuff. But it's like he is really taking away the flow of anything adding to the clarity of this. Okay, so to clear things up, he's not able to, because he has chosen that direction. He is choosing this direction. Okay, moving into anything that could add to that peace or that happy. What could add a little bit more here? What energy do we need here? Okay, so there is somebody currently maybe surrounding him, but this could definitely add to his energy. The energy that he's going to need, or if there's a person around him, this Queen of Wands is indicating to me that there could even be somebody around him. This could really end the cycle, that cycle of unclear. Okay, he's just unclear. He's mentally just not balanced out. Again, he's isolating a little bit, and he's choosing these things. He's choosing these directions. And that's mental health wise. It doesn't even talk about the physical yet. So he could be doing this because he's physically not okay. I mean, it could be anything. We don't know quite yet because we haven't gotten there yet. But I feel like here, this person could definitely really add to the inspiration here. If he's inspired, or if he's in a place where he's feeling like very supportive, it really brings back that practicality for him. I feel like that energy would add to the mental, or add for, you know, something happier going on, instead of just looking like he's just walked, you know. I can't say that. I was going to say something and I can't. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I'm not saying that. Not at all. Anyway, so I feel like anything that would add to this, or just like any energy that would help to embrace this or push away from, you know, that resistance, is the fact that this would be, you know, ambitious. This would be, you know, putting power and putting this behind any intention of dreams or any intentions of passion. Those are things that would really liven things up. And that is somebody who will be around him. That is, you know, that energy, or that source of action that will be around him. And that will help add to the situation. Because there's definitely, as far as any current health situation, we do have Tower energy. So he is going through a Tower moment. He is having a Tower moment, and you cannot undo these, okay? So this is just what it is. He is in the midst of it. This is something he's dealing with. This is something that, you know, might be coming to an end, or it might just be starting. I feel like this is definitely something he has already started, and this could be coming to an end soon. But this energy, this Tower moment, is going to change the way that he views the entire world, okay? It's going to shake things. It's going to change things incredibly. Any past issues that might have affected his physical health here. Okay, so I think the only thing for me with the Seven of Wands here, I just feel like this definitely could have something to do with just the things that he does. He's always addressing, or he's always assessing his work or his passion or whatever he does for a job. I do feel like any action or any changes, or, you know, intention or power that goes behind that has a lot to do with just kind of burning out. Something of maybe just like a physical burnout, or he just pushed himself really, really hard in the past, especially when it comes to his work. So this could have a large amount to do with why mentally he's just in a place where he's just kind of like shutting down. I do feel like this has a lot to do with that soulmate, the lovers. So this could be a fire sign. This was something of a sacred connection. This was somebody that was supposed to be connected with him. This person and him were definitely in a connection of love, in a connection, a bond. Something very sweet, loving, youthful. And he had to kind of create a new normal after that came to an end. So that definitely has something to do with it too. So that overall relationship, most likely, I'm getting the Kardashian. Of course we are. Of course we are. And the fact that he just burns himself out. He does. He burns, what is it? He burns himself at both ends of the candle. I don't even know if you can do that, but whatever. That's a thing. That's a thing. It's a thing now. Okay, whatever. Moving into, let's get into our improving this health. How do we get into this? Okay, so with Judgment and Ten of Pentacles, I do feel like to improve this person's health specifically, in order for him to improve not only that, but just to really kind of take control and allow himself to really find some balance within his mind also, he really needs to make some sort of a judgment call here, because there is a lot of critique coming from his own self, but he again chooses this. He chooses to critique himself. He chooses to judge himself poorly or harshly, but I feel like the judgment here is within him. It's not something that he is nervous about people judging him, but I feel like he will not, it's like he feels already like he's not fairly judged, so what does it matter at this point type of thing. And if he were to improve his health and his mental, he would let go of that judgment. He would choose and direct himself into allowing, people to do what they do best, and that's to judge, and just to understand that that has nothing to do with him and that is none of his business. Okay, and just to move forward from that. That would really release a demon. I really feel like that, and it would really clear things up. That thought or that wonder of like that judgment, like that's a thing that's really clouding his mental health and his heart, and physically it's just kind of like taking over, especially the ending of that relationship and really doing these burnouts. Once in a while it's just like work, party. And I mean, it's going to affect your physical and your mental eventually. Okay. So moving into kind of, I don't know, maybe trying to get into a place of better ways. How do we get into better ways? How does he get into better ways? So as far as getting into better ways and taking care of the relationship he has with his health, how do we get into that place? I think he really needs to complete something here, because he has a lot of blessings. It's just maybe not something that he fully looks at or fully really senses. I do feel like the laziness comes to an end and he gets into a place where he's not maybe overeating. Maybe he was overeating. Maybe he wasn't physically working out, physically taking care of himself. I feel like, give and receive. It's just like, it's very imbalanced as far as I'm concerned. But to get back into that, feeling supported physically, getting into a place of completion, he's going to have to definitely find that stability, find that, security, and ensure that, and find, some sort of celebration of that. Celebrate the fact that he has worked his ass off. He has reaped his rewards. He is in a place where he is financially okay, but his health is low. Bottom line, his health is low. But he is, just coming, the outcome here is just continuing to be this father, continuing to be this authoritative, because that's the most important role he has. For some reason, that's really being displayed here, is to just get his shit together so he can continue being a father, because that is a very important role. That is one of the most important roles in this reading. For some reason, it's just being displayed that. And I think as far as like, finding, a better way, it's just finding a better way as far as like putting, more willpower, adding ambition, adding all of the things that make sense as far as celebrating, life just in general. But he has success in the physical world. He has success as far as his passions and the things he loves to do. But right now he is low in physical health, low in mental health. But the physical health is the one that's really deteriorating. Again, that has a lot to do with just kind of like not being able to know how to physically take care of oneself. So that is where I'm getting that at. But again, in the past, any of that Kardashian stuff that comes up, or that soulmate tie, that has a lot to do with it too. And just kind of like running strong with work and really pounding it in as partying, and just again burning two candles at one end. It is going to put you in a place where you're mentally not okay, mentally unclear, can't find clarity, and the physical health is suffering. But he has to come back from that, and he will. There is a likely outcome here is that he comes back from this. It's just a matter of coming away from that and trying to find some sort of, new beginning in this physical body. This is just, he's headed nowhere if he doesn't. Like, this will be destructive. whatever this is, if he doesn't end that. So he needs to put his fire within the home, his heart. He really does. That's just how I feel about it. The things that are important are the things that he's parenting, he's fathering. Those are anything he's authoritative over, anything that he is, in charge of. Those things are super important. He will figure that out, and that will come, back around. But again, sometimes we don't, unfortunately. And if he does not take the blinders off and really see things, he's never going to understand or really grasp the concept of what is going on around him and within him. So clearing up the madness, hopefully we will see. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Please go ahead, hit subscribe, share, like, and follow. Do all of the things, and I will see you next time. See ya.